Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Today, we're going to try doing a little bit more of the mycelium reclamation, but in a more urban and smaller scale environment. So instead of doing a whole neighborhood, we're going to do a couple of buildings. Let's get onto it. We're going to start with the human for scale. There we are. Shift A, mesh. We're going to create a plane. This is going to be our ground. We're going to make it S15. Cool. Tab. W, subdivide. Let's see. 2, 3, 4. 4 seems good. Okay. 3. We're gonna make some buildings. We're gonna start with one here, then here, then here. So we got some streets. Yeah, looks good. E6, so 2 stories basically. And then, actually, it's E3. Cool. And then up there, there's there, and there's there, and 3. Let's take these, E3. So there's like a little bit of a balcony kind of thing going on there. Cool. And then here, let's let me say this one, E.3. Great. And let's take this and this and E. Great. And then here and here. So something like this, just a very simple block-in of an environment. We could decide to go more complicated than that, but I feel like that might work for us for what we need. Let's go ahead and save. New 2501 14.1 live stream processed Favela Street. Save. Alrighty. So how do we want to do? Well, first off, do we want to add anything else to it? Oh no. I think we'll go with this for right now. Okay, just to keep it simple, because it's not a super easy thing. If we just do a straight, let's try some things. If we just do a straight shrink wrap, we use wrap it from Bunderguppy, but all it does is just generate a shrink wrap for us. Wrap above surface, mesh offset of 0.1, remesh it. Sure, let's see what this gives us. Not really what we're looking for. We get too much, it's too flat. It draws too many just straight up things. So what we can try doing, I think, let's duplicate this, edit it, Alt E, long normals, and go that way. And then Control I, X, faces. So now we have something that's kind of along the outside of our thing. Cool. And let's Control 2. Already it's looking kind of hard, even if we didn't mess with that, but let's try to keep it simple. Okay. This would be enough, honestly, if we wanted to, but I'm, weird like this. So add a modifier, deform, shrink wrap, and set our target to the ground. And instead of snap mode, set to above surface with a slight offset. That's giving us something kind of cool. I think we can use this as certainly our basis. Go a bit higher if we want to, and that increases that other stuff. We can go outside surface. Which one we like better? I think we like above. Above gives us more of those angled things there. That's looking all right to me. So let's go ahead and use that. And I'm just going to apply all. And I'm going to move this back to original just in case we want it. But I don't think we're going to show it much, if at all. And this is what we got. Okay. Now, can we do a Control-2 on that? Gives us some smoothing if we wanted that way. Maybe even too much. Let's take a look. So we're getting some weird edging here. Yeah. Let's see. Tab A, distance. Let's go to like 0.01. So it's 1 centimeter. That's fine. Now, that's better a little bit. Let's see, can we do Control-2 now? And we're still getting that solid edged thing. So we could decide a couple ways to deal with this. If these aren't lining up perfectly, I'm getting some strange edging, and that's why it's lasting like that. So let's take it and quad remesh it to like 10,000. Excuse me. Remesh it. This is slow. That's going weird. Okay. Undo history. I'm just going to go back. Let's not apply all modifiers. Let's see. Let's apply this one. And let's take this down back to like 0.2. I feel like that's better. Apply that one. Oh, 2,000 faces. That would be why. I was looking at it with the human generator as well. Let's take it to 22,000. Remesh it. Remeshing succeeded. All right. Let's take a look at it. That's not bad. Q. Get rid of all the sharps. Now, can we do a Control-1? That's better. Gives us more curves. Cool. And, we could apply this and just go to sculpt mode. And let's just do a little bit of wonking this out a little bit. Let's add some bumps here and there. Again, we're going to try to start something procedurally, but it doesn't mean we're stuck with it. We should be able to modify anything we want at any point. Maybe do some pulling. And smooth that down. Those edges down a little bit. and drag that out. And we're not ever showing the original building anymore, so it doesn't super matter. This area is just wonky. I don't know what that's doing. Got some weird stuff happening here. So we can't just deal with it. Whee! Cool. Pull it out. Smooth it down. Pull it out. Pull it up a bit there. Like there's something on top. Thinking like what would be underneath these buildings if they were more complicated shapes too. Clay. A bit of bumping there. Bumping there. There. I don't know if we're going to come around this back side here, but we could just pull that. And this still kind of feels like maybe buildings. And I guess we can turn back on our underlying to check it. If we want to, then we could play this back up again. Just pull it out. Let's do that. I really don't want any of our underlying buildings still showing if we can avoid it. Come on. So we can smooth it in. Pull it out. This is a different methodology than I used last night when I was trying the big one, but we'll see what it does. Smooth that down. Okay. Up, up. I don't really accept, I don't want any of this original building showing. And I want it to be warped, so this is probably a good thing. Need to spend a few minutes on this. Probably more than we need to. Get weird about like making things actually work. Sometimes it's like, it doesn't matter if it intersects. It doesn't matter if the clothes aren't real, but I'm like, but I want it to work. And then I have to remind myself that it's just about images and it does not most times matter. But I'm still going to do it. So up, up. Come on. You know what? Let's try instead of let's try and expand, which is the inflate. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is better. Let's just inflate it. Makes it more interesting anyway. There we go. Oh yeah, that's cool. That's a better way to do this. Rather than drag it, just inflate it. So much better. I don't really care about this backside probably too much because we're not going to come back here, but just to have it. Again, my inability to let things not actually work. Cool. The big thing is I just want to make sure we had a street still, which we do. Yeah. Fix that. I don't even care if we get a little bit of little drippies. That's fine. Alrighty. Yeah, or random. Looks good. Okay. Save. So let's take a look at what we got. We got this thing. I'm not too worried about the faces not being the same size because we're already going to distort it. So that works for me. White paint, tissue, and let's try curvature. Let's see what it gives us. We're going to set our angle to like 1. Cool. That looks good to me. And then let's invert it. Cool. Let's try that. And if we go look at our wireframe, add modifier, generate, decimate, vertex group, curve. Yeah, so it's leaving the sharper ones there. Let's see if we can't. Might be a little too strong. Yeah, okay. Factor 0 is a little strong, but 0.01. No, 0.001. Yeah, I may have made it a little strong. I don't know if it's actually using it, but I feel like that works for what I want. So let's try it again, though. I think I might just redo it. It's a little too strong. Let's get rid of the decimate. Weight paint, which is fine. Curvature. And let's blur iterate 3. Hello, sir. Maybe let's try an angle of 2 as well. I think that's going to be better. Yeah. Curvature 1. Okay. Object. Back, add a decimate. Curve 1. That does feel better. Yeah, it's still got some smaller ones in those areas. I think I'm actually going to edit a bit more, though. Weight paint. And I can never remember which way I want it to go. The bigger ones should be red, right? Yeah. Let's see. Object mode. Yes. Weight paint. Bigger one should be red. So let's just add a bit more red here. Again, don't be afraid to make your own decisions. And yeah, okay. Makes it bigger. Okay. I like that. We'll use it. Okay. Now we can dual mesh. And I'm not sure what the options are in dual mesh. Tissue tessellate. That's just tessellations. Yeah, that's nothing we need to worry about. Okay, that gives us our funky, weird hexagonal ingon patterns. They're not really hexes, but they kind of look like hexes. And I like it. And we are good. Do we have a... No, we have no things yet. So let's play with it a bit more. Well, maybe not. Let's try it, sure, why not? Weight paint, curvature on this one. Great. Cool. And then, actually, let's try another one too. Weight formula. I just want vertical gradient. Cool. I want to invert the vertical gradient. What? No. How would I do that? Times -1? No. And vertical gradient again. Okay. That's fine. I do want to invert it though. Can I just do Control I? No. Well, I want to go from 1 to 0. I need to play with some of these other stuff too. Okay, let's try this. Object mode. Plus tab. Select. Assign. No, it doesn't work. Let's see. Maybe I'm just messing too much with it. Let's see what we get. I could probably invert it. Otherwise, yes. Okay. So if we take this one, duplicate it, let's start with this first, and do a wireframe. Like that. And vertex group R0 and invert it. It should be thicker at the top and or thicker at the bottom and narrower at the top, which it does seem to be. Cool. Just to see what happened if we did another one, if we did curve value, we get this kind of weird, and we could invert it again. Then we would have thicker on the flats and thinner on the curves, which I wish we could do both. That's what I was trying to do, is combine them together. And I'm sure there's a way, but I don't really know what to do for it. Well, maybe let's try one more thing. Weight paint. If we tried weight formula and we used curvature, we don't have a curvature, do we? I don't have a curvature formula. I want to modify that one. Yeah, whatever. I'm not going to worry about it. I got to figure out how to modify that with the other, because I really would love to have them combine those two. But whatever. Object mode. I think we're going to go with that inverted. So we got big ones and then go to small ones. And Control 2. Yeah, and we have the funkiness growing across everything like that, which is fun. then we could, I'm just curious if we mess with the first one again. This one also has RZ and curve. What if we gave it a solidify offset of 0, vertex group of curvature value, and thickness? If we want to do that, get rid of even. It's kind of subtle, but it pushes it out. Let's see. I don't know that's worth our time. Kind of a neat idea, but I don't know that's worth our time. We're okay with that. Still looking all right. Kind of digging it. I really like the way we have like the small sections here and around there. Like I like dealing with the curvature like this. Seems fun. And we still have our original, right? What happened to a ridge? Did I back out too far for it? Save. Edit. Undo history. Should. Mm-hmm. And then we just got to open. We open it again. Don't save. Mm-hmm. Good. And Control V. So there's our original object underneath it, which I lost somehow. New collection, buildings. Okay, we're going to make this one F2 lattice, and this one we're going to make, I don't know what we're going to call it, organic, windows maybe, panels. There we go. And what's this plane? We know what that is. Oh, that was our original. I did have it. Oh, we're going to get rid of it. Plane 1, that was our original. That, we don't need it. Retopo plane. That is our adjusted that thing. It's kind of neat. I don't know if we need it. Let's move it to original just in case. Turn off a ridge. So we should have, and this would be buildings. Now they're named right. Now I won't. Hey, Patrick. Now I won't lose them. Okay. Continuing along with our distortion process. That looks okay. Now, I think I'm just going to go grab my materials from yesterday. From last night, which was process favela materials. And I wanted, what did I call it? Beer glass, and what was the other one? Walls. It really shouldn't be called walls. I'm going to call it lattice. Here. Cool. And panels, we'll call this one panels. take a look. Cool. So I made the panels glass, but rough, so you don't see through them very well. I might actually want to see through them a little more than we do. Let's try. Make them a little less rough, like 0.2 and 0.2. They still have dirt on them too, which is gonna make them hide stuff more, but that's fine. Cool. There's panels. Buildings, we're just gonna cheat. It exists. Oh, there's not even buildings up there. Cool. That just got eaten. That's what we're seeing through that. That's interesting. Buildings, tab A, U, unwrap cube projection. Cool. And shading, new. Just gonna grab a material. 1 second. Buildings, where am I? There we go. And that might be a little too small, but I think it might be okay. Let's see. This is just a favela picture from Google Images. Yeah, let's just change the scale on it. We don't care. We just need something that's kind of like a little bit there. Let's see. Yeah, that seems about right. Maybe you can go a bit. Cool. It doesn't matter. It's all going to be underneath this other stuff anyway. It's just going to maybe show through the window just a little bit. Not much even. You can see it's there, but can you tell it? No, not really. But that's okay. That really got pulled up, didn't it? Weird. Did I lose a building from that one? Is this before I? Yeah, that's why. E3. Okay, yeah, but I have to fix it. So it works on that one, but not that one. Let's undo. Not this one. GZ3. E3. Come on. There we go. Okay, so we have filled that back up again. I don't know how that building didn't get there, but whatever. All good. So, like, you can't really see much inside there. And material, we're just going to call this one structure. Cool. And save. I think we do want to see through even a bit more than this, though. Panels. Oh, did I change panels? No, object. There we go, panels. It's like, no, I didn't. Shading. Okay, actually, I think maybe what it is this too. Distance, let's look and see what we got. No, it should be right. That's not doing too much. I don't want to be too terribly dirt. I don't know. Well, let's try it and see. Okay, now it is dirt. Good deal. That's that. Okay, so let's change these down. Roughness 0.1, 0.1. I kind of want to be able to see through it a little bit. It doesn't seem bad. I think this is too much though now. 3, yeah. Okay, let's just take a look at our beer glass. See what it's doing. It's got transmission of 1. Good, both those are high transmission, yeah. And our roughness is just set there. Okay, so that should be good. So if we go to, let's see, roughness of 0 and 0. Solo it. And we are kind of seeing through. Oh, part of the problem is, right. Yeah, I'm not going to stress too much about it. 0.1, 0.1. So we could always add thickness to it, and then the IOR would work right. But it's not really about that too much, so I'm not going to waste too much time on it. I think this is fine. You can kind of see through it. That's really all we wanted. Just to see, we could panels, Q, add modifier, solidify. Does it make any difference? Not really. No, we're not going to worry about it. Just get rid of it. And maybe control 1. We're going to do that. Smooth it down some. Sure. And object, shade smooth. Yeah. And same with this thing. Right. We are continuing. It's working. Believe it or not, we're getting there. Now, I want to, I think, apply this one. Yeah, our lattice is applied. Because we're going to add stuff to it. It's where things are going to be growing from, at least initially. Let's see what else we can get to it, but see what kind of cool stuff we can do here. Geoscatter, select our lattice. Yes. Biome scatter, open the biomes. Reload the biome library. Okay. Where's my biome library? Hello, where'd my biome library go? There it is. It's blind. All right. Junglescapes 2. Right? Or 4. I don't know which one I want to do. Let's try 14, see what it does. Morning, Michael. Good to see you, sir. These are all right. Okay. Heavy scatter. Yes, 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 I know. So these are bigger trees, and I'm not necessarily sure that we're going to use them all, but let's check and see those. So we want this to be on abiotic, slope, sure, maximum of 15. I'm not sure we want this one. I do like having some trees, but I think I might just add them on our own afterward. Let's get rid of the trees. Turn this one on. These I like though. These are better. Slope on them. Cool. And distribution. Yeah, okay, so we got a couple going there. I might even decrease the slope some more to a maximum of like 5. Yeah, so they're kind of going straight up from there. That's better. And they're growing out of those things, at least theoretically. And rotation, vertical influence factor of 0.9. I kind of want them to go straight up just so that they feel like they're coming out of that pipage. And I'm not crazy about those ones, but I think we'll try letting it go and see what happens. Those ones being the ones that are cutting into our building. Mhm. Cool. And we're good there. Let's turn that one off. This one back on. This one I like. Again, also, I want, next one down. I hate that it doesn't move automatically. Slope. I'm going to allow for a maximum of 45, but no absolute, so I should get rid of the underneath ones. Yeah. Cool. And we could maybe increase it a bit, although it could be too much. This one I like. I'm going to hide panels for right now and buildings as well. So I can just see where this is coming from. Okay, yeah, so here we are. This one, slope, 60, but not absolute. So it'll grow all the way around. Can I do a minus 60? Because I don't want it absolute. The problem is that I want it on both sides of that. I wonder if a curvature would be better. Or is it going on both sides? I can't tell. It feels like it's going enough that maybe it's all right. Because our other option, instead of a slope, although this one doesn't really matter if it grows upside down anyway, but let's see what curvature does. If we, not super picky. I think that's okay. Yeah. Yeah, lots of plants. Ground cover, sure. I might just let it grow everywhere. Dead leaves, those we will put on the vertical parts. Slope. Great. Maybe go 22. Okay. And if we turn just to see it all on, yeah, we're growing up around that. Cool. Now, I want to try something else. I want to select ground cover and dead leaves. And copy selected systems. Come to panels. And panels. And paste selected systems. Okay. So and then lattice, new collection, lattice. All right. So let's see, dead leaves. I want to have slope is good, but I also want proximity to lattice. I want to reverse the influence with a minimal distance of point. Let's just see what this does. Turn it on. So a maximal distance of like 0.2 and transition of 0.1. 0.1. Okay, so now it extends out onto that panel a little bit, which is what we want. So inverted 0.1, 0.1 seems to work pretty well for dead leaves. And ground cover, we're gonna do the same thing. Repel, lattice, reverse it, and 0.1, 0.1. Just so we get a little bit there. And on this one, I'm gonna make sure slope as well. Yeah. And did dead leaves have slope? It should. Did it keep it? Looks like it did. Yeah, it does. Cool. All righty. So let's just see what that looks like. Something weird going on with that material now. Oh, building's gonna be turned on. There we go. That's better. You don't look through all the way. That's feeling pretty cool. That's getting what I wanted. So it definitely feels like stuff is growing mostly on the lattice, but there's a little bit of like spillover. Might even make the dead leaves spill a bit more. Dead leaves, yes. Repel, minimal distance of 0.3 and 0.3. Yeah. Is it turned on? No. Let's go to 0.2. Okay. Check how that one looks. Oh yeah. That's cool. What's happening here? Nothing that I can tell. It looked like it was a sharp thing. Well, we'll figure that out later. That's looking cool. So now we've taken a street and we have made a microset of it in this very wonked out world thing. Now I want to add a few trees where there might even have been trees beforehand, but now there certainly are. So I'm going to turn off geoscatter just so I can see what the hell I'm at. And going to add a tree. Let's grab one. Seth, organic, trees. I always like mangroves, but they don't fit here. I just think they look cool though. I always think of them as being very jungly, even when they're not, you know. But we're gonna go with this eucalyptus tree instead. I'm gonna put it right here. It was, well, okay, I can show you. This, I winged it, but there was a building. Like I made that. So like we did build it from a building structure. It's very simple, but so bit of both, I guess. Cute. That tree there, just to help us a little bit. And maybe one here. Okay. Trees. See how much the geoscatter makes a difference, right? Because this looks very like, whatever. And then you do this, and you're kind of like, holy shit, that looks cool. At least I am. Maybe you're not. Yeah. All right. I like those trees there. That helps us out. Now, do you want to do some vinage? Vinage could be fun. I think I've got a good vine thing to use. It's been a while since I've tried it. Open. Is it ivy or vine? Ivy generator. Doesn't really matter which one. Demo file. Let's see how he's doing it. Ivy generator. It's got a target folder. Cool. That's what we want. We're here. Let's turn off geoscatter. And this is where is that? Ivy new collection, Ivy, create. Target sphere is going to be lattice. And 7 and G Failed to find what? Our target lattice. There we go. Like that. And I can get rid of the target folder now. Okay. This sucker. I don't think we want quite that much. Let's see, loops 3. Random position. Sure. 10. Is that just the leaves? That's the leaves. Okay. And I don't know. It doesn't feel right to me yet. It feels a little too straight. Is there a way to do gravity? I thought we had gravity here. Height. Yeah. Let's just see what it looks like with geoscatter. I'm not loving it yet, though. Loops 1. I thought I had some. I thought there was a gravity control in this one. It's annoying that there's not. Let's see. Put over here. Physically cables. Let's see. Was there an ivy in the cables? There is an ivy in the cables. Okay. So we can do some single cables. Let's do that instead. Just get rid of this. Wasn't working for us. Save. And turn off geoscatter again. And ivy, single curve. Procedural. Let's see what that looks like. Add geocable auto. 1. Set start point. Here. Set endpoint. Create the curve. Let's see what that looks like. Okay. Save. Play. Whew, that was weird. Physics. Enable collision. Pin start, pin end. I don't want to break. Do not allow break. Rewind. Play. Okay, needs to go more than 250, huh? 500. This one looks like it has no tension at all, huh? Should, but rewind. Let's just go to switch to preview. Let's try decreasing and see what happens. Give it a shot. Still just falling forever. Rewind, save. Let's go. Come on, we'll get there. I'm kind of okay with that. Anyway, cool. Bake a static mesh. And oh, it's by object, so that doesn't work. Cancel. We can draw it. Cool. Yeah, let's just do some drawing. No. Okay. In draw, cursor. Now, cool. I forget how you move your cursor in draw mode. Just come to here though. Draw. Great. Oh yeah, that's better. We'll just do that. And we can edit this one. It's actually fine. And draw again. And we'll do a couple on surface again. It's kind of be like down like that. Yeah. And along here. Cool. Just to give us some interest. Not that there's not maybe enough interest already, but you know, whatever. Something fun to do. Cool. File, save. Edit mode. Turn back on geoscatter. See if we can even see it. I think you can see some of it. Yeah, you definitely can. That's working for me. Cool. Save that. Now, other things we can look at. Is it Ivy? But I think I had open, don't save. Bird generator. The burbs. Yes, we want parrots. Right? Yeah. Bird presets, copy the parrot. Copy objects. Over here, turn back on geoscatter again. Control V. And I don't know that so this one flies. It's basically the deal, right? So there's this initial. I want maybe 5 or 6 of this guy. I want to see, just cause, yeah, because he flaps. Can we apply all? Let's duplicate it first. Apply all. Or object convert. Or where are you? Yeah, it's a curve. So let's go geometry nodes. Bake frame 47. Interesting. Layout. Can we object convert to mesh? No. I just want to have it multiples where they're different. So they don't all look the same, but that may not work for me. It's fine. I can pretty much live with it anyway. Let's do parrot 1 M, new collection, verbs. Parrot 1 G R G, no. Parrot play. I don't want it to look the same. Do they look the same? Yeah, they do look the same. What if I change the curve if they don't? That's curious. Let's try. Rewind, play. No, they don't look the same. Cool. So it is curve dependent. That's awesome to see. Nice. We could just do a flock of something, but you know, I like this. We're gonna look at like 60. Cool. I think we want at least one more. And so Shift D. Tab AX, vertices, and we're drawing. We're going to draw on cursor. And then 7 and G, drag it over here. Just to get us some parrots. I feel like that looks all right. Let's see. I like that better. Let's go there for all of our parrot needs. Cool. We can obviously move them around otherwise too. Sky. Let's see. I like this sort of bright but cloudy look too. Kind of a nice looking sky. Let's try 1078. Let's see what it does. See how it works for us. Yeah, that's a nice sky. And I'm just going to set a camera up here, at least initially, so we can figure where we're going. We shouldn't need to increase the culling. It's not going that far back. It's a pretty small space. Resolution. Okay, and let's blend this to 35, which might be too much. Go more this way. We don't want to go across that building there is the thing. Kind of stay like this. Cool. Let's see how we feel about that. Okay. HDR Maker, world, rotation. Let's just try some 60, too bright, 120, still too bright. Maybe too. Kind of like that. That feels pretty good. And turn on our geoscatter again. That feels good. I like having the birds. I like having those trees in the background, even though you kind of can't see them super well. I think they're good. We can maybe move this bird, although I don't hate that it's doing this, but let's just take it up a little bit. There we go. I like it. Now, do we go with some fog or not? It will make things pop out a little bit more. A little morning mist. It's going to be, I think we want it to be, if we do it, we want it to be real subtle. This is not a big one. But let's try it. With just a morning mist. I'll go with this one. Let's turn off geoscatter. Cool. Just go a bit bigger. Rotation scale. Shading will come with the MIE. Volume scatter. Cool. Color to color. Density to density. And yeah. It's still too much, but we're going to cut it down to like 0.2. Let's see what that gives us. Yeah, oh, I worked hard for those little knots in the corners. I wanted it to do that, so I'm glad it worked. I agree too. Hard's maybe a strong way of putting it. I did that intentionally, we'll put it that way. Come on, give me back where I want it to be. I want to go higher. How do we feel about it? Still too much? Yeah, let's go to 0.3. and turn off geoscatter. I'm just curious, what am I? Where's that line of fog going? It's not really dissipating too well, is it? At the top, it should be more. It's like, it's supposed to go to nothing, but it does not look like it's going to nothing. Mapping, Z-scale. Let's go to 1 so we can see it. Let's take it like that. Yeah, and geoscatter on. Maybe it's subtle. It's going to slow us down a lot, so maybe it's not worth it, but I kind of want to try it. Kind of liking it. Okay. Nice. I want to try one thing. Let's see. What do we want? Come on. There we go. Do we want something beyond it? That would be the question. Could take our building from yesterday, literally, and just use it. Wouldn't be an awful thing. Let's see. Maybe we do that. Let's see what it looks like. I feel like I might want something in the background. Is kind of what I'm wondering. Okay. This would be vast overkill, but you know. I would need to, okay, before I copy it, I'll need to, whoa, that was weird. I don't know what just happened there. I want to see, yes, got those two things. File, new, general, don't save. Before I dump it into my real file, let's see what it's got weirdness associated with it. Anything? They're not too bad. Anything attached to it? Relations. Has no parents, but still says it's got something attached to it. Well, it's fine. Didn't bring anything weird. So let's use it. Collection, paste. And just gonna delete that. And delete that. And that's back. Just put that like there. Let's see. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, that could be good. Something like that. And maybe let's do it again. Yeah, that's cool. Turn back on geoscatter. Yeah, I like that. Now, not sure if I want a little bit more light in here in this foreground area though. HDR maker, let's just, that is probably better. Just to give us some of that focus in there. I think that does work better. The parrots definitely give us a scale, which is cool. Maybe we want one more. Save, turn off geoscatter. I always forget to go back to grayscale. There we go, before I do it. Okay. Let's see. Can I just edit this one? Set cursor to here. Tab, and then draw a second line. Does it give me multiple parrots? No, it doesn't. Okay. Shift D, tab, X, vertices, 7. Parrot there. Cool. I'm going to put him like right there. Make sure he's not sticking into our, he is sticking into our object. And rotate by 3D cursor. Okay, just to give us something in that foreground. Take a look. I like him there. We haven't set a focus point either. Focus on that bird to make him a little bit out of focus, but that's fine. Turn on geoscatter. See what we got. Let's make sure I didn't put something in front of him. No, he's good. He looks good there. I think that's got a good vibe to it now. Maybe another tree. That's the big one. I can't remember if I've already done it or not. No, I didn't have a big tree yet. I think there. Sure. Again, my like, don't have things touch each other unless they're supposed to. And I'm like, all right, pull it over. Does it matter? No. Good tree there. I like it. And then tree there. And tree here. Let's see. Let us see. Yeah, I like having those trees. Kind of wouldn't mind a little bit more back up in here too. There we go. Just some tree action in that space there. Taking a look. Yeah, definitely better. Is that just a... Yeah, okay. No. There we go. And let's just double check. Now we'll change our clip end to 250 just to be sure. Shouldn't make a difference, but okay. So we got our parrots flying around. Only other thing we might want to do, let's see, could be fun. I mean, obviously not the only other thing we might want to do, but I did it again. What if we plane S15? Yeah, let's do that. Indeed, a little bit of water. And river water. Let's see if that gives us anything. It's going to be subtle because we've got a lot of ground there. May not see it much in this angle at all. Yeah, you don't really see it in this angle, particularly not with the dark. We could bring it up a bit. Let's just see. It's not making much of a difference. It's kind of neat though. Let's brighten it up a little bit, see if that helps us. I like the idea of it. Exposure of 8.5. Let's see if that looks good. I think it's a little too high. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to go with it. I don't know how much it gives us, but I'm going to go with it. I think on our panels, let's just tweak it a little bit. I think we have too much popping through a dirt. Let's see, distance of 1. That would be one way to do it. Yeah, 3 is too much. 2. Okay. This should be blue. Yeah, I guess they're getting a little bluer back there. And if we go more blue, this more rough. Let's see. All right, it's fine. Doesn't matter that much. You're definitely getting blue there on the inside. It's just where the what you call it, building underneath is there. I think it's starting to show through. And that's why, yeah. So buildings, let's turn off geoscatter just for a sec. And see if that does it better. Just gives us a bit more room. Yeah, that looks fine. I like it. And the geoscatter back on. Yep, I think we'll call this as our, altering of this space. I kind of like it. I like having the buildings behind it that sort of indicate where it could be going in a sense. Like our little trees. Parrots are awesome. I'm pretty pleased with this one. I think it looks good. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out with me, folks. I appreciate it, as always. I think tomorrow we're going to try something. I don't know. We either might do another interior. I had kind of came up with some alternate ideas after yesterday's kind of fumbling around, or a mixed interior exterior, something where we have a bit of both, but maybe more of what they do with these spaces next versus just, weird, almost looks like post-apocalypse changes. But I think it's cool. I'm really enjoying tissue for doing these. Again, I know Michael was with me last year when I was doing my weird aliens with the goo and the slime everywhere, and I was doing a lot more like simulations to try to get stuff like this. And this is a much more elegant, controllable way to get it. I am very pleased. So yeah, having a good time. Anyway, take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your day, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow.